I used to be a very troubled kid, but ever since I had my daughter at 15, I've tried to turn around. You're arresting me! And I took the blame for everything last night because Hannah's on probation. I don't think, officer, I don't remember half of last night.
You're an adult now. Mom can't do anything right now.
On July 6th, 2023, officers responded to a residence following a report of a woman who said she invited friends over, but a verbal argument broke out during which they damaged her property, including her TV, and stole items such as her gaming console, clothes, and wallet.
So what happened now?
So a couple old friends of mine came over tonight unexpectedly, and there was like arguing. I guess they were talking to friends on the phone, each of them were, and it just all became like chaos and whatever, and it like overwhelmed me. So I left. I stepped out. I walked down here, and then I walked like down past the railroads, and then on that little trail.
Okay.
And then she messaged me and told me they were looking for their keys and their shoes, and they were leaving.
Mm-hmm.
And then so when I came back, they were like skirted like out of here like super fast. And when I came inside, like it was completely destroyed. Like, I mean, it still is. Like right now, I've been cleaning it up, but my TV is smashed. There's glass on the floor. They stole my wallet, and they stole a bunch of my clothes.
Okay. Do you know what was all in your wallet?
Yeah, there's money and my cards and my ID.
Do you know how much money?
Yeah, like
cash. $100. Okay.
And a bunch of the clothes I have were like expensive clothing, I guess.
Okay.
And they left a shoe. I don't know if the other one is in there, but they left one of their shoes here.
One of their shoes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Take it inside.
Yeah. So like that was kind of already like that, but so they broke this skull like jar glass thing. Obviously, I had my coins in it, and then that was food I was making for everybody. And when I left or whatever, nobody took it out. So
That's probably what that smell is.
yeah. When I came in here, like this whole bag was not here. Like this was just a bunch of clothes. That's my dog. She was in
Your
there.
TV wasn't like that before?
No, like this, my Xbox, like which I put in there in the box, was on the bed by itself. This was like knocked over, all the cords were out and everything, and so I'm assuming they hit the TV with the Xbox. But
Is your Xbox broken or
no,
just the TV?
I turned it on and stuff and plugged it in just to make sure it still worked.
Now, kind of fill me in on why a friend would do something like that to you.
I don't know. I guess I'm not friends with her like now. I used to be like years ago, like when I was like 16.
Well, why was she in your house then?
We were just hanging out, and I didn't feel comfortable, and I had no idea.
Do you normally hang out with people that aren't your friends?
No.
No.
That's why I haven't hung out with them in like years. I used to get in a lot of trouble with them. I used to go to parties and
So
all that.
what's the other side of the story going to be? You get what I'm coming from here?
Well, ask them.
Because typically there's
Ask them. She's the one who
sides,
spits
right?
on cops, I guess.
you what?
She's the one who spits on cops, I guess. So
Who's your friend?
her name's Hannah Larson. And that's part of the reason why I don't hang out with people like that is because, like, they're not going anywhere. They're still in the same spot where I was when I was 16 with them, like going to parties and drinking all the time and stuff like that.
Kind of help me figure out here why something like this would occur. Was there an argument?
I don't know.
Something had to have
You don't know if there was
happened.
an argument?
Not between me. I had walked out.
Okay, so what was going on?
They were both on the phones with people, like multiple people.
Okay, and what was happening while they were on the phones?
I don't know. They were talking and whatever not, like between the people they were on the phone with and stuff. And like obviously I don't know who those people were or whatever. So
Talking as of what?
I don't know.
Okay.
And I asked them if they could stop, and I asked them if they can go home soon, and they got mad at me for it.
So you said you're uncomfortable and you left, right?
Yeah.
So why were you uncomfortable?
Because, like, when they got mad at me for me asking them if they could leave and stuff, because their friends or whatever were, like, whatever they were talking about and stuff, I didn't like it, and then they didn't like that I didn't like it.
So what didn't you like? What were they talking about?
I don't know, they just sounded stupid. Like hood people. I don't know.
Like related stuff?
Yeah, they just sounded like wannabes, I guess. I don't know, like wannabe hood people. I don't know, they just talk stupid. It's kind of like the music, I guess.
You just went out for a little walk and then came back. Do you know when you left?
Yeah. Look at my text with her. I said at 1:45, I said I'm not going to be talked like that. and then hated in my own place. Please just leave. And then I said, so I'm sorry for whatever I said. Y'all just talk about me like that in my place. That's not cool.
So you left at like 1:45-ish, and you got back probably.
And then she said, I didn't do anything. I said what I said, and that was it. This sentence doesn't make sense. She said, what the fuck? You can't just leave us in your crib. And then she said, let's talk, bro. I'll get off for real. I don't know what that means.
Who said that, Hannah?
And I said, you did in the bathroom, and so was Kenzie. It was so extra, unnecessary.
Are you Mackenzie?
I am. Hello.
Okay. He called you. What happened tonight? I'll talk to you, but he's the one that called you. What happened tonight?
I was driving around. Me and Hannah went to Cameron, and I dropped her on the outskirts of Cameron, like, you know when you're passing the high school and then there's that turn to Barron?
Yep.
I dropped her off there, and I turned around, and I came home. I've been home for about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Like, I genuinely am so confused.
What happened at the apartment in Cameron?
Nisa's?
Yep.
I haven't been in... The only apartment I know is in Cameron is Nisa's, and I haven't been there for 3 days.
Okay. Well, she said you and Hannah were there, and then she left because you guys were both on the phone with somebody, and then when she came back, you guys were gone, and her place was destroyed, and there's stuff missing.
Absolutely not. No. The last time we were there was about 3 days ago, and we haven't spoken to her since because she said the N-word with the hard R, and my child is black, so I have not spoken to her since. We got into an argument, and I left her house about 3 days ago, and I have not spoken to her since, nor has Hannah, from that I know.
Okay, so she was lying about you being there tonight?
No, seriously, I have not been there tonight, no.
So she was lying?
Yes, I genuinely have not been there tonight.
Okay, so what were you doing driving around?
We were
just driving?
Just genuinely driving around. Me and Hannah have no friends. We are only, we were just driving around. Genuinely.
What kind of shoes you're wearing when you're driving around?
I wasn't wearing shoes, to be completely honest.
What was your friend wearing?
I think red Jordans?
Do you normally wear Hey Dudes?
No, I do not. I do not wear Hey Dudes. I am not country like that. No, I have Converse and Crocs. That's what I have.
Does Hannah normally wear Hey Dudes?
No, Hannah is very ghetto. She wears
wear
Crocs
Dudes?
and Jordans.
What size shoe do you wear?
I wear a size 6.
But you were driving around barefoot?
Yes, I was.
Just like that?
Yes, I promise. Yes.
The reason I asked that is because there's Hey Dudes that were at her house.
I do not wear Hey Dudes.
Size 6.
And that is very offensive. No, not actually, but I do not wear Hey Dudes, no, sir.
You've only been home for 10 minutes?
About 15 now. Yes.
Okay.
But we were driving around all night, and then I dropped her off on the outskirts of Cameron, and I came home. My grandpa's on the side, too. He can vouch for me that I've been here about 15 minutes.
What have you done since you've been here?
Since I've been home?
Yep.
I literally came home, and I sat in my car for about 5-ish minutes, and then I came up, I went inside, and I got the call from you guys. Like,
Okay.
I genuinely have not been to Nisa's for about 3 days because what she said to me was very offensive. Because my daughter is black, and I will not accept anybody saying that.
She made that comment 3 days ago, and then that you cut.
And I have not talked to her since. No, I was...
Not even a phone call?
No, if I'm going to be completely honest, I was very disrespectful to her before I left.
Okay.
Very disrespectful. I called her a bitch because she will not say that word in front of me when my child is black, and I have not spoken to her since.
Whose
called her
on the floor in the back?
What?
Whose wallet is on the floor in the back?
Mine.
Can I confirm that?
Yeah. Do you want me to open my car? Yes.
It's unlocked.
Yeah.
Okay, when you were driving around, did you stop anywhere?
No, I did not.
You didn't stop anywhere?
No, sir.
Were you drinking earlier today?
No, sir.
You weren't?
This one right here. This is Hannah's. Mine. I thought it was mine.
Which one's Hannah's?
This one is Hannah's.
Can I see it?
You sure? No, sir.
Why is your wallet in here?
My wallet isn't here.
No, Hannah's wallet.
Hannah's wallet, because Hannah forgets everything in my car, but here is my wallet.
That's your wallet?
Yes, sir. This is my wallet right here. That is Hannah's. Like, I'm genuinely, I used to be a very troubled kid, but ever since I had my daughter at 15, I've tried to turn around and I've tried to change.
You know Hannah's phone number?
Yes,
Self-texting her?
Yes, sir.
Has Hannah been drinking?
Not that I know of. No.
Not that
she
you
is
know
also
of?
on probation.
Okay.
I believe you were there when she had got arrested the last time. But
Her name sounds familiar, but
yeah, you were there at the Baron when Eric got arrested for the pot in his car.
possibly. I don't remember.
Okay,
the
no,
name sounds familiar,
No,
but I
that
don't
is
remember.
alright. That is alright. No, she's on probation, so she's not drinking from what I know of.
Okay.
No.
Does she
And
use any
I don't no, not that I know of.
Do you
No.
use any drugs?
No, sir.
No marijuana?
sir,
No
like-
meth?
No,
Gotta
absolutely
ask.
not. No, it's okay. I get it. But absolutely not. No, like I said, since I gave birth to my daughter, I've definitely been trying to change up my life. I don't live with her right now.
Okay.
I currently work at Cenex. I'm trying to save up so that I can get my own place by either September or October so that she can live with me right now. I'm 18. Both of my parents live in South Dakota with her. And they
With your
have
daughter?
been- yeah.
Okay.
And they have been supporting me and helping me until I get my own place and then she's moving back in.
Okay.
But I do not, it's really hard for me to take care of myself now these days. So my parents are being very, very helpful.
You live here right now?
Yes, I live with my grandparents, yes.
Okay. Is there a reason Nisa would say you guys destroyed her apartment?
Nisa and I got into an argument about 3 days ago because she said the N-word with the hard R.
Okay.
And my daughter's black and it, thank you, sir. And
Were you
it
guys
really-
pretty close friends before that?
Nisa and I were pretty close while she was in high school and then she got with Jordan Smith.
Okay.
And she started using meth and we kind of split apart and then she got sober from what I assumed. She looked sober. My parents were big meth heads when I grew up, so I kind of know like what it's like when people are using, and she seemed sober, so we became friends again. And then she said the N-word with the hard R and I kind of flipped out on her and I called her a bitch and I haven't talked to her since, but it is very, very, very offensive to me just because my daughter is black. And it really hurt my feelings. And like I said, I have genuinely been trying to do better since I gave birth to her. I'm trying to. My parents don't have full custody of her. They don't have any custody of her. But like I said to you, they're helping me right now until I can get back on my full feet and live by myself. I used to get in trouble with the cops all the time. All the Cameron cops know me. All the Barron cops know me. It was really bad.
I'll ask you one question.
Yes, sir.
Before I do, I'm going to tell you one thing.
Okay.
I don't want to be BS'd on it. I don't want to be lied to.
Of
And
course.
if you're lying to me, I will take you to jail and I will charge you with everything I possibly can and make your life miserable.
And that scares me because I do not want to go to jail. I don't want to
So
be
do we
somebody's
understand
bitch.
each other right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If I check that camera, are you going to be on it tonight?
No, I am not. I genuinely am not going to be on that camera. I promise you, I have not been in Nisa's tonight.
Neither of you?
No. For me, I have not been to Nisa's tonight. And I picked Hannah up around, let me think.
And I'll tell you again, because I'm not BSing you. If I check it, and you're on there, you're going to go to jail,
Arrest me if I'm on there.
and you'll be charged.
Arrest me if I'm on there because I promise you I'm not.
You weren't at Nisa's.
I was not at Nisa's.
How much have you had to drink tonight?
I have not had anything to drink.
Would you PBT zeros?
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah. Okay, no.
How much
No.
have you had to drink tonight?
No, I have not drinking and drive, but I have drinking a little bit. It is the 4th of July. I have drinking a little bit, but I am not drunk.
What time was your last drink?
5:02, maybe around like 1 or 2.
A couple.
A couple.
Okay,
yeah.
what's a couple?
Like 2.
In the
2 or
morning?
3, yeah. Yes, sir.
And you didn't have those at Nisa's?
No, sir.
Okay. When did you start drinking?
I just had a couple here because I had a couple in my room from like a weekend ago. If I'm gonna be completely honest
before
with
you
you.
drove.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But I
What's the total amount of drinks today?
like 2 or 3.
Okay. And what time did you say you started?
Around 1 or 2.
1 or 2 in the morning?
Yes,
And what
sir.
time did you stop drinking?
Oh no, I just had those couple, and then I hung out at my house for a little bit, and then I left and went and picked Hannah up.
Are you willing to go through some field sobriety tests to make sure that you were safe to operate the motor vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Follow the tip of my finger with your eyes and your eyes only. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Keep following my finger.
So sorry.
You can begin.
Okay. 1, 9. And then you'll make turn around. 3. Sorry. 1018.
Okay, you can stop. I'm gonna do one more test on you. What's your highest level of education?
My highest level. I dropped out when I got pregnant, and then I was going to the WITC,
Okay.
So I would believe my junior year, so 11th grade.
Do you know the alphabet, the English alphabet?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to have you start from the letter G, George, and go to the letter R, Robert, without singing the alphabet. Are you able to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
G, F, wait, H, I, P. Sorry, I forgot what letter so we
R.
stop on. Q, R.
Okay. Have you done one of these before?
I have, yes.
Okay. So you know how it works?
Yes, sir.
You've only had those two?
Can you pull that off there?
Oh, yes, sir. 2 or 3, yes.
Two or three?
Yes, I swear. I am very a lightweight, 110%. But it was at like maybe 11 or 12, and then I left around 1 or 2.
Okay. Do you know what the legal limit to drive is?
I do not know. I've only had my license for like 2 months.
Okay. Legal limit to drive is a 0.08. Do you know what you just blew? 0.102. Based on the tests I gave you, I believe you're driving under the influence, okay?
Okay.
So at this time, I'm going to have you turn around and place your hands behind your back.
Please don't.
Well, at this point, you don't have an option, okay? So I'm going to have you turn around and place your hands behind your back.
Can you get my grandpa? They're arresting me. They're arresting me. Okay.
Driving under the influence.
I haven't drinking since like 11, Grandpa. I don't.
Yep.
And I blew over the limit. I haven't drinking since like 11.
You got anything on you?
No, sir. I just got my phone. Could you please give it to my grandpa?
You want it with your grandpa?
Please, my phone and my keys. Thank you. I think I have my keys in my.
Where are your keys?
I think they're in one of my. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're back in my car.
Have you been drinking or no? Will you be able
I
to?
think they're on top of your car.
Okay, could you give them? No, those aren't mine.
Okay. So this is your first one. So what I would suggest is, do you have any phone numbers remembered off the top of your head?
Just my mom. It's just South Dakota.
Okay.
I don't know my grandpa or anything.
Okay.
So
just
hanging out with the wrong people.
Yep. So for this first one, since it's Wisconsin, it's just going to be a forfeiture.
Okay.
You'll be able to get released to a sober party. Okay.
Oh, okay. So can you just let my grandpa? Can you have my grandpa follow you?
Well, it sounds like he's not sober either.
What?
I overheard. I don't think he's sober either. I could be wrong, but.
What? My grandpa hasn't drank in over like 15 years.
Okay. If you would have just stayed home, none of this would have happened, right?
Yeah, that is correct.
It's funny how that works, huh? If you follow the rules, nothing bad happens.
Yes, sir.
Will you submit to an evidentiary chemical test of your blood?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're being super cool, so there's no point in punishing you more than you gotta.
Thank you so much.
Mackenzie, do you know Hannah's date of birth?
I do not. No.
Was she
I
born
know
in
that
05?
I know that she's 19. She just turned 19. That's what I know. So
Okay.
05, I believe, yes.
Do you know her address?
I do not.
No.
I just know that she lives over by the middle school.
Over by the middle school,
That's
Rice
all I
Lake
know.
Middle School?
Yes. That is all I know.
Do you understand those rights? Okay. With those rights in mind, do you wish to talk? Okay. Are you under the influence of alcohol or drugs at this time? Huh? No. Were you involved in a crash today? Have you been drinking or using since then? No, you weren't in one. So no, I doesn't just cancel out. Okay. I'll give you your license back first. So this is gonna be the citation. Like I said, that's your court date. It's not mandatory. You're good to go then.
Alright, thank you so much.
The woman was released due to it being her first offense in the state of Wisconsin. However, she called the police back because she wanted to clear up her previous lies, which only made things worse for her.
Can I talk with you?
Yes,
So,
I would love to talk with you.
yeah, so last night about everything, there was...
Do you wanna do this someplace over here?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We can go wherever. Probably not in the middle of the road. That's probably not the best idea.
Maybe we can find some shade.
There were a couple of things that I said, though. I just want to come clean about.
A couple things that you fibbed about.
Yes. So
Okay.
I'm just going to give you an entire rundown of last night.
Okay.
So, I picked up Hannah. I can't remember exactly what time, but it was still light outside. And I did have a sleepless flight, but I did not drive at that time because I was already at Nisa's. We did go to Nisa's last night. We were there, and Nisa said the N-word, and Hannah freaked out on her. And I took the blame for everything last night because Hannah's on probation. I didn't want my friend to go to jail. I didn't want her to get arrested. I have spoken to Nisa today, and she, because I went through Hannah's phone, and it was Hannah just throwing the blame on me for breaking the TV, for the Xbox, for everything. And I said, no, that's not what happened. I said, I'm going to be completely honest. I said, Nisa, I did take your sweatshirts. I did take some of your underwear. I gave them back to her. She has them now. I said, but I did not smash your shit. I said, that was all Hannah. I said, I didn't damage your property. My grandpa also was giving me one of their TVs to give back to her so that she has a new TV. I said, I didn't damage any of your stuff. And she said, she was like, no, when Hannah sent me those texts, this is Skylar, she just drove me. She said that when Hannah sent her those texts, that she didn't believe it because Hannah has more of the reputation than I did. And I said, no, like I said, I absolutely did not damage any of your stuff. And last night I was genuinely just trying to save Hannah's ass because, like I said, she's on probation. I mean, now there's a warrant out, so there's nothing I can do about that now.
There is?
There is?
There is? I'm
No.
asking.
Oh, no. Like, yeah, that's what I heard, is that there's a warrant out for her now. That's what they were talking about.
Who's they?
The officers.
Okay.
I believe. They were talking right around there, and they were saying something about issuing a warrant out for her. I did want to come clean, but I just wanted to put it out there that I did not damage any property of hers. I did give her stuff back. We have spoken. I am not spoken to Hannah about, like, I literally just blocked her. I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to be a part of this. I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to be somebody's I don't want to go to jail. So I just figured that it would be best to just come clean about everything, but, like, I did not damage any property at all.
Okay. Did anything else happen?
No, literally.
Okay. What did you guys go anywhere else?
No, we ended up leaving, and we came back here.
So you guys went to Nisa.
Yes.
I don't want to mispronounce
No,
the
it's
name.
okay. Yes.
Okay, so you guys went to Nisa's, stayed at Nisa's. You were there for a little while. There's
Yes.
something happened. What happened?
She said the N-word with the hard R.
Who?
And Nisa did. And Hannah freaked. Yeah, and Nisa,
Your daughter.
Yes, and
Okay.
Nisa freaked out. Hannah freaked out on her. I kind of was like, "Dude, what the f?" And Hannah
that's not cool.
Yeah, and Hannah was yelling because Hannah's like native black Hispanic. I don't know what she is. She's just dark. So she started freaking out on her. She was on the phone with her cousin and some other person, and she kicked the TV. She punched the TV. There was a black Xbox thing, and she threw it on the ground. She went through Nisa's dirty laundry and was handing me the sweatshirts, and I took some underwear, but that was me. But I did return all of it. And then I'm giving her that TV so that she has one, because a busted TV is really sad.
If you didn't break the TV, why would you give her a new one?
Because Hannah's not going to, and Nisa is my friend,
Yeah.
and Hannah's not going to do it because Hannah doesn't have a job.
Okay.
But like the Roku TVs, I was just going to buy her like a cheap $120 one.
Okay.
Like, I don't want...
Okay. What if I had security footage video that tells me you're lying to me,
About
and this whole time
what?
you're being dishonest,
About which one? What part?
which is kind of ticking me off.
Okay, well, can you explain to me which
I don't need to
part?
explain to you. You explain to me what you're leaving out.
I'm not leaving anything out.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yes.
That's what you want to stick with?
Yes.
You came from Nisa's house directly here.
Yes.
Oh, no.
What?
She did come to Quick Trip for a little bit to see me.
Oh, yeah, I
That's
did.
all I know.
Yes, I did go to
I'm not talking about Quick Trip.
Okay.
You were at another house besides Nisa's. You left Nisa's house and
no,
went
you're
someplace
right.
else. I am
Yes,
right.
we
I know I'm right.
went to AV's house.
Who?
His name is AV.
Yes.
We went to AV's house.
What happened at AV's house?
I remember walking out and him being rude to me, and I remember getting in my car.
That's all you
and
remember.
leaving. Yeah, and then Hannah, I got into a fight with Hannah, and we got into my car, and she was like, AV said we can stay here. And I remember yelling at her because he was being rude to me, and then I drove off.
Partner's going to be here shortly.
Do you have a unit available?
She's got
for traffic
another body
complaints?
camera.
Okay.
I'm the only one with a body camera here on right now, and I'm going to leave mine on.
10-4.
But then I want to show you something.
Okay.
And then you can tell me what that is and what that looks like, okay?
30 years old.
Okay, you're 18.
I know, but that's still weird.
I mean, it's whatever. People have their own choices of what they want to do, and you're an adult, so I get it.
Yeah, that makes two big countries to be with.
So I'm going to turn mine off and show her this video. My body
Camera recording started.
I genuinely do not remember doing that at all.
Okay. And then also, since you don't remember that incident, is there anything else that you don't remember that happened there at the house?
All I remember is getting there, and I remember going, and he was walking out, and he was being rude as I was walking out. I got into my car, and I backed up, and I started driving away, and then I turned around, got Hannah, and we started arguing back and forth, because she said, AV said we can stay, and I remember going off on her because he was just rude to me. I told her to get out, and then she got back in my car, and then we left.
Okay.
That is all that I remember from going to AV's.
Okay.
That is it.
Nothing else?
No, I don't even remember doing that.
And obviously you're driving.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Do you remember hitting a car?
No,
Do you remember hitting a parked car in the parking lot or in the driveway? You don't?
no,
Okay.
no.
You hit a
I
car.
don't.
You backed into a car. I'm assuming that you have damage on your car, which is probably why you didn't bring your car here.
No, I haven't seen anything on my car.
You haven't looked at it?
No, I do have damage on on my
wheel
no, Grandpa, not that. My mirror, but that's because I hit a garbage can. That's it. Nothing else.
Last night or a different
And Skylar drove me because last night. And Skylar drove me because I had a paper that said something about a suspended license, but when I asked the officer, he said not yet, and I didn't want to drive just in case it is suspended and then get in trouble. That is why I didn't bring my car.
Okay.
I don't remember doing any of that. I feel like an idiot.
Okay.
Not imagine.
So then there's that. So there's hitting the vehicle and taking off, and then you also went into a car.
326.
I was told that you went into somebody else's car and you took some items that didn't belong to you.
I didn't go into anybody's car.
Ninth Ave in Heinz Lakeview Drive. There's
That's what I was told.
2-year-old
No, I
that's
didn't.
out with some folks on Ninth
I
Ave.
genuinely
They don't know
think
where
that I
she
went
belongs.
to anybody else's car.
Don't think, or you didn't?
I don't think, officer. I don't remember half of last night. I don't remember half of being at AV's house.
Okay.
Like, I genuinely don't. I don't remember hitting that car or whatever. I don't remember tearing that off. I don't
Well,
remember.
you've
But I
seen
know I
yourself,
saw it.
right?
I know, yes, I saw it.
Staring in the camera.
Yeah, I saw it, but I don't remember it.
Okay. Is there anything in your car that you don't recognize? Is there a purse in your car that's not yours? Is it, please just be honest, is there a debit card in the car that's not yours?
Take a debit card. Yeah, it was a debit card. Yeah, there was a debit card and somebody's ID, but we brought that to the police station.
Do you know who it was?
No,
It was some
I don't
girl, she was Mexican. Her name was
Hispanic?
Gabriella.
yeah,
That was in your car?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we brought it to she found it in
But
her
I
car,
didn't
she
go
gave
into.
it to me.
I didn't do any of that, or I did that, but I
Okay.
didn't do.
You saw that?
Yeah, I did.
You were with her?
Yes.
Are you willing to fill out a statement?
Yeah,
All right. You don't remember any of that?
no, I don't.
Okay. You're under arrest. Okay. So go ahead, turn around. Put your hands behind your back, please.
Can you call mom? Can you please call my mom? Skylar,
What's that?
Call my mom. Call my mom,
She
please.
decided to not tell me the truth
I
today.
didn't remember, officer. I don't to call my mom.
Calm down.
I
Calm
don't
down.
remember
Hey,
it.
hey, take a deep breath.
Calm down.
You are an adult now. Mom can't do anything right now.
Okay, but I need to talk to her.
You'll be able to talk to her, but just relax. Are you okay
Tyler, call her.
with taking her? I would like to go right to her house and look at her
Grandpa,
car.
call her. Mom.
Would you be willing to allow me to follow you to your residence so I can go look at her car? I'll do you this solid. Is your mom going to answer the phone?
I don't know. Actually, he's on the phone right now with her.
Who's that? She right here?
My grandpa.
Is that your mom?
No. He's
Is
also with my
that
mom.
car your mom's car or your car?
It's my mom's car. It's in her name.
Okay.
It's legally her
So if I
car.
talk to mom, okay, and mom's okay and you're okay, would you guys allow me to search the vehicle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, because
If I search the vehicle, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take some pictures of it,
Okay.
and I'm not going to tow it.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
If I can't search it, that's fine. That's your guys' right, but I'm going to have the vehicle towed.
Okay, you
And
can
it's involved in a hit and run, and that's just where it's going to go. It's going to go to the tow.
You can search it.
I'm going to have it held for a statement. So I think what we're doing is helping her get right back on that that right path. Because if you stay where you're at, this is only the beginnings of what's happening.
Yeah. So it was
And obviously you saw the driver's license for the Hispanic lady and the debit card and stuff.
she was, when we took it, she kind of just tossed on the ground. I was like, okay, you know, we need to bring this somewhere, anywhere. So we decided to just bring it to the rice light.
Did she tell you that she took it out of a car?
No, she said that there was a bunch of stuff in her car. She said there's a few bags that she doesn't know that's hers, like plastic bags, I believe. There was a bracelet that fell out of her car. It was like a little beaded bracelet. I can bring it to you. She gave it to my little sister, so if you want that, I can give it to you. Just anything out of her car.
Just stuff that's not hers.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm
would
not
you
sure
know?
if it's hers
Would
or
you
not.
know what's not hers and what is?
I don't know about 90%. No.
Okay.
The woman was charged with criminal damage to property, resisting or obstructing an officer, and theft of movable property.